Hi Miss Rua, hi guys, hi friends. Today is our fourth lesson on Nhemamusasa Kutsinhira. So what we do on the left, this is what we defined as our Kutsinhira part. And then the first lesson we did netetes in the Nimutimu style. So that was fine. And then for the second lesson, we defined the ratio of 4 notes on the left to 3 notes on the right. That was the second lesson. And then for the third lesson, we used more netetes. We went up to and then we also ramped up the netetes all the way to R8 here. So for this fourth lesson, what we want to develop a few more notes on the left side. So we started out with our kushaura, and to develop a Kutsinhira part, we added 2 notes, and we chose the 2 notes as the first one. So we went now. So for this lesson, we want to do some variations here on the left. So we could add 2 notes to the kushaura part. So the first phrase of the kushaura part is. So we would add 2 notes, but I'll show how where we add the 2 notes. In fact, the first thing is, instead of one variation of the kushaura is, so that we don't use this B7. If we add 2 notes and we add these ones here, we can do, so this is fine, we've just changed the timing, so we're going. So the first half of this Kutsinhira is, and then you add your 2 notes in the middle here. So this becomes your first phrase. So your first phrase is, so this is a new variation, a different variation of playing the left side. So the second phrase, again. The third one. The last one. So when you combine with the netetes, you can do them, splitting each phrase into its 2 halves. And the netetes, now we are not changing anything, we are just choosing a part. And I'm going to use this part. So you go. So this is the netete version where we're playing. So I'm not changing the netetes, I'm changing the left side. So this is the first phrase. So the second phrase. Again. Third phrase. Again. The last phrase. So let me do the full circle. First phrase. Second phrase. Third phrase. That's the last phrase, without the gaps between the halves of each phrase. without gaps between the phrases. So this is fine. And then once you have this part, you can use any of the netetes that you've been playing. So we've got a netete part. So the netetes, you take them from the lesson where we did the netetes, but I'm just showing that all the netetes that we've done, you can use them with this variation of playing the left notes. So this is one where instead of going, this is where we started, now we're doing, and then we develop the whole cycle using this pattern. So the second part that I want to teach is anchored on B3. So Nhemamusasa is a song that is centered around L3 and B3. And this Kutsinhira part, anchors everything here. So the first phrase you would go. So this is the first phrase. These are the 8 notes, 4, 4. That's the first phrase. And then you combine it, you choose a netete part. Second phrase, again, again, third phrase, again, and then the last phrase. Again, and so if we play the whole cycle, that's 1, 2, that's 3, 4, without gaps. So you can use the other netetes that you know. So you can shift into the other style. so what we have is 3 parts of playing the left side. This is where we started, and then the second one. The third variation is what is anchored on B3. And so we have 3 ways of playing the left side. And from the other lessons, the netete lessons, we have 3 ways of playing our netetes, starting with using just R1 and R2, and then where we use 4 and go up to 5, and then where we use the higher netetes, and for the second phrase so we have 3 ways of playing the left side, with 3 ways of playing our netetes. And when you mix and match, you have so many variations to develop and arrange your own Kutsinhira part of Nhemamusasa. Now, there are many ways of playing this Kutsinhira part. There are other ways of other variations are on the left way, which mix up the upper notes and the lower notes. There are additional netete variations, but my intention here is just to introduce you, to open up what we can do with this Nhemamusasa Kutsinhira. Now, the 2 things before we close, we said Nimutimu, there is a Nimutimu version where you use less netete notes. You can also use it with these left notes. So that I'll leave you to develop. You can also take some of these variations and use them for Paruzeva. First phrase and last phrase. So I think in terms of developing this Nhemamusasa Kutsinhira, this is sufficient material for an introduction. Thank you.